Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. I'm at EICMA 2021 and I'm about to check out the MV Agusta stand. So I know they've made a couple of announcements about their new adventure bikes, so I'm going to go and see if I can find those and take a look. Here we go. Just to give you a bit of background to the Lucky Explorer project that MV Agusta are doing, is that these are the Kajiva Elephants, which I think now parts of the MV Agusta group, and I'm sure you're going to see some similarities with the new bikes. And here they are. So this first one, the one you can see that's nearest to me, is called the 5.5, and that one at the back, which I'll go and look at the moment with everybody crowded around it, is the 9.5. So the 5.5 is a two-cylinder, sort of 47 horsepower, 220 kilo adventure bike. I mean, I think it looks nice. I think it's kind of heavy for what it is. Having said that, I look forward to riding it. Good to give it a go and see what it can do. I'm not sure whether it's going to set my world on fire just yet. So look from the front, it's got that double headlight that looks a bit like the Desert X concept that Ducati had at the show in 2019. I mean, it's interesting enough, but yeah. So anyway, so to move on, this is the 9.5. So this is the 9.5, and this is much more like it. So this is a 931cc triple, and I love triple engines. They've got that best balance between the smoothness of a 4 and the feel of a twin. It makes about 123 horsepower, which might not sound like a lot for some bikes these days, but remember that's what the GS 1250 made for a long time, and I'm sure that is more than enough to pull this thing along at speed. So I can't really get really up close with it, but just looking at it, I mean, it looks like it's been finished pretty well. I can see it's got quite a nice big screen up there, and everything from the cockpit really does look quite handy. So yeah, I think this is a much more interesting bike for me than the 5.5, but I'm sure both of them will find their markets. So yeah, some interesting work here. Back to the MV Agusta stand proper, and this is the Rush, which makes, I think, about 208 horsepower in its basic standard guise, and I think another 4 on top of that in the racing guise. I mean, it is just a work of art. It really is. Every single part of this bike is amazing. I mean, I'm sure it's painful to ride. I don't even think I'd want to own one. Oh, actually, no, I would. I would love to own one of these. But yeah, it really is lovely. I mean, I think this is what MV Agusta are really good at. They make these bikes that just look absolutely incredible, absolutely stunning, even just down to the little touches, like the warning yellow and black paint on the end of the handguards. I mean, it really is quite incredible. I mean, you look at everything on it, from the dash through to the stitching on the seat, that little lump at the back that just stops you falling off when you nail it. So yeah, I really love this bike. This is the MV Agusta Rush. It's a 4-cylinder, 998cc, weighs 186 kilos dry. So yeah, just brilliant bike. We have a selection of F3RRs, which are the 150 horsepower, 800cc triples. Again, you know, even in the understated red like this, it looks brilliant. But I think if you had one, you'd probably have to have that red one. Which uses that same platform is the Superveloce. And again, I just think these look amazing. Yeah, it's that 800cc triple, but every single part of this bike has been just so perfectly thought out and designed. It really is just a work of engineering. It's bikes like this, I think, that I'm going to miss when we go full electric at some point in the future. I mean, everything from the front headlamp you see on over there through to how it's finished off at the tail. And those triple exhausts, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Yeah, just brilliant bikes. I'll just come around the front so you can see what they look like all lined up. But yeah, this is what MV Agusta does best. Finish up my visit to MV Agusta. Here we have the Brutale RR 1000. So, you know, this is probably the most likely thing I would ever own that they make. And again, they are just beautiful. I love that Nuremberg Special Edition with even more toys and carbon. And again, those wheels, I mean, those wheels really are a work of art. So that's it. That's my quick look around the MV Agusta stand here at EICMA 2021. If you're slightly curious about this scooter that's just over my shoulder here, just stay on after the credit thing. I'll give you a quick look. It's nice to see they are branching out into electric bikes and electric transport. Anyway, I hope this has been interesting and useful. If it has, please look at my other videos from EICMA and maybe even subscribe. Thanks for watching. Just as an extra thing, this is an MV Agusta, and it's a scooter, it's an electric scooter. And I mean, just look at that. I think that is just amazing. Even down to the details on the tiny little disc brake that's in there on the front, and that red paint job. I mean, that is just so cool. I mean, I'm sure plenty of people are going to disagree with me. But yeah, I think that really is quite a piece of engineering, especially when you put it up against all these other bikes, which are something else.